Welcome one and all to a Trainlover16 video! Well, my VHS reviews, my most popular series, has been running for almost 6 years now. But I'm bored of the series now. Every time I do one of these reviews, it feels more like a chore than something I'm genuinely passionate about now. I do still want to do videos where I review certain shows and films, but I want to start doing them in a much more professional format now, rather than just reacting to VHS tapes of said films and shows. The reason I started this series with VHSs is because I wanted to give a sense of nostalgia by watching through the VHSs of these childhood shows. But this whole idea has run its course now. So I'd now like to move on to a much more professional film and TV show format review format. But I still think my VHS reviews deserve a proper send-off, because this has become my most popular series, and I would never have gotten to 3,000 subscribers so quickly were it not for my VHS reviews. So I thank you all for 3,000 subscribers, and I thank you all for supporting me, for supporting my channel, including those who found this channel through my VHS reviews. But now, it's time for me to move on to new content and a new format of reviewing nostalgic films and TV shows. But, as I said, I'm still going to give my VHS reviews the send-off they deserve by reviewing the final 4 tapes in this series over the course on a weekly basis throughout December. I know I said at the start of the year that the VHS reviews would be once a fortnight on Wednesdays until they're done, but that plan didn't work out in the end. But as I said, I've got 4 more tapes to review now. That will bring the total number of episodes up to a nice, even 65. So yeah, that's a good total number of episodes to have, 65. So starting today and continuing until the 23rd of December, these will be the final 4 VHSs I'll review in this series. Starting with... Stopped it from falling off this time. Paddington's 5th and 6th Anywhen TV shows. Anywhen, that must be like a Paddington thing. Now, my history with Paddington isn't as in-depth as it is for most British people. So yeah, these final 4 VHSs, 3 of them will be shows I've never reviewed before, so I'll actually have something to say about them and actually enjoy them. And the final one will be a Thunderbirds one, Thunderbird 6, which there's 2 of those copies of Thunderbird 6 available to watch on YouTube, so I think it's safe to review Thunderbird 6. It was going to be Little Engine that could, but I couldn't find a UK-based copy of the VHS online, so I decided to go for Thunderbird 6 instead. But anyway, we're not talking about that in this episode, we're talking about Paddington. So my history with Paddington is nowhere near as in-depth as it would be for most people. I've seen all 3 live-action films, and I love all of them. The Paddington live-action film trilogy is honestly one of my favourite film trilogies one of my favourite film trilogies, with Paddington 2 in particular being on my favourite films of all time list. As for the other Paddington show, as for everything other Paddington related, all other Paddington related things, I remember my mum reading a few Paddington books to me and my sister, and I also saw like the 90s 2D animated full colour TV show. I've seen a few episodes of that. But most people, in terms of Paddington television, Paddington on television, remember the 1970s Ivor Wood series, which is what we're reviewing today. Yeah, most people remember the Ivor Wood series, which I never really watched that much of until a few years ago. I think I was just put off by this incarnation of Paddington when I was younger. It was a combination of Paddington having a black hat instead of his iconic red hat, which confused my younger self, and also the fact that all the characters and backgrounds were like paper drawings as opposed to Paddington and all the props around him being physical stop-motion puppets and props. But there's a very good reason for why that visual style was chosen, which I couldn't have known at the time, and I'll explain that once we get into actually talking about the episodes on here. So, yeah, I haven't seen much of the Ivor Wood Paddington series, but I've seen enough of it to get an idea to like it. I've seen enough of it. I do like it, but I still prefer the live-action film adaptations. But I'm reviewing this anyway because I think many of you will find this nostalgic, the 1970s Paddington. Written based on the books by Michael Bond and told by Sir Michael Hordern, who I think is fairly famous. So, here's the front cover. There's Paddington. He's got a shopping basket next to him. Look at him with his face, so cute. Here's the spine. And here's the back. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 episodes. These episodes are only 4 minutes. Each episode of the 70s series is only 4 minutes long. But it's still very relaxing and charming. Yep, short, digestible, and sweet. Much like the Thomas episodes. So the 70s series was produced by Filmfare. This VHS in particular was released in 1988 by Screen Legends, and it has a running time of 43 minutes. Alright, so sit back, relax, get some snacks and a drink, because you'll probably need them for the next 50-ish minutes. I think this review's going to end up being about an hour long. Here we are. Here's the tape. Anywhen TV shows by Michael Bond. Here's the back. Alright. Shit. Oh dear. Pardon me. In you go, tape. And onto the tripod you go, camera. There's a commercial. There's a promo for the Screen Legends. There's a promo for the Screen Legends Thomas VHS releases. Specifically the season 2 ones. I think I've shown you guys this in a few previous VHS reviews. Yeah, there's a promo for that first, and then we get to the main event. Yeah. These VHS reviews are technically fair use, because I'm giving commentary and critique on them. Now, I've already seen this Thomas promo, so...
Screen Legends present Thomas the Tank Engine. I mustn't be late, he thought.
I'm just gonna quickly pop to the loo, guys, and then I'll be right back. I'll leave you guys to enjoy this.
There's plenty of excitement and lots of fun with runaway trains and last-minute rescues. It all adds up to great entertainment for kids.
Suddenly, like magic, the station was flooded with lights. Ladies, gentlemen, and children, I give you 3 cheers for Thomas the Tank Engine and all his friends. The race was on.
With storyteller Ringo Starr, watch Thomas and his friends get up to all kinds of adventures.
Horrors! Cried Thomas and shut his eyes.
This great new series of Thomas the Tank Engine is available on 3 individual cassettes.
Yeah, it's a shame we can no
longer.
longer.
Leading high street multiple stores and good video shops everywhere.
I wish that was still the case. Yeah, I was, shame I can no longer do Thomas the Tank Engine VHS reviews because Mattel are too prissy about that. Right. The main event. Paddington. The main theme song, I'm pretty sure, is the only music that plays throughout this. So cute. So cute.
Paddington was in a mess, and for once, it wasn't entirely his fault. The person most to blame was a lady called Granny Green.
Oh, for Christ's sake, I forgot about this. Hang on. Pause. System menu. There we go. Yeah, it does, that thing does come up. Right. As you were saying.
Paddington was in a mess, and for once, it wasn't entirely his fault. The person most to blame was a lady called Granny Green. Granny Green wrote cookery articles for one of the magazines.
The reason everything is like black and white and clearly drawn in pencil, the reason all the sets are black and white and clearly drawn in pencil, and Paddington isn't, is because it's supposed to have it's supposed to be a thematic thing, with Paddington being like out of place in the middle of London when he comes all the way from Peru.
Paddington gazed gloomily at the saucepan.
So having all the sets be like black and white was their way of showing how unfamiliar and out of place Paddington feels. Obviously he feels less out of place the more time he spends in London, but still.
Toffee's steam was very sticky. It was then that he had his second shock of the day. As he rubbed the glass clean, he caught sight of Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Bird outside.
Only one person doing all the voices as well.
But he didn't stop to see what it was. Instead, he sat down and waited
Michael
for the
Horden.
storm to break. What on earth's been going on? Cried Mrs. Bird.
Huge coincidence how the original writer of the books and the narrator of this show,
Toffee?
huge coincidence how their first names are, how they both have the first name Michael.
I suggest a certain young bear
They're both named
had better get
Michael.
down on his paws and knees and scrub my kitchen floor. Mrs. Bird paused. While she'd been talking, a strange look had come
Yes,
to her
all the
face.
other characters are like 2D paper cutouts,
I'm not sure,
except for Paddington.
I've got a bit of a
Again, that reinforces how out of place Paddington feels.
Well, I did test it once or twice, Mrs. Brown? Groaned
obviously, I was, as I said, I was put off by this animation style, this visual style when I was younger, but now that I understand the point of it, I think it works really well.
Oh, groaned Paddington. Couldn't you dial 111 instead, Mrs.
111, that's the European emergency number. It's 999 in the UK.
Sir Mortimer Carraway opened the door of the hospital emergency ward and peered round the waiting room. Are you that young bear's next of kin?
Bear?
Brown's exchanged anxious glances.
Michael Hordern does such a good job of doing all the voices. Like, he puts on subtle different voices for each character.
But he comes
A bit like,
Is he going to be all right? Asked Judith.
a bit like Michael Angelis and Alec Baldwin did when they narrated the classic series of Thomas.
Repeated Mr. Brown. I think I must have spilt some on my fur by mistake, explained Paddington. I had my duffel coat.
The Paddington puppet itself looks adorable. It looks so
I'm
fluffy.
afraid this will leave him with a bare patch for a week or two, but a strict
Bear patch. Get it?
Again. Perhaps I could do it back on with some more toffee, said Paddington hopefully. If you don't mind, said Sir Mortimer, I shall keep it. I've never had a bear's emergency before. And
Bear?
I this fur friend. In that case,
Yeah, Michael Horden's voice is perfect for this series.
Otherwise, I might catch cold before it grows again, and then you'll have another emergency on your hands.
The way Paddington's snout moves up and down when he eats is so cute. Oh my god. I think I would have loved this series and watched a lot more of it as a kid. If all the characters were 3D stop motion puppets rather than 2D paper cutouts. Please watch this screen, thank you.
One day, Mr. Curry entered a golf competition, and he asked. Paddington wasn't very keen.
Again, I do understand why they did this style. And I think I would have been a bigger Paddington fan today, if they decided to make all the characters like physical 3D puppets like Paddington. If all the characters were like that, I think I would have watched a lot more of this show as a kid, and as a result, have been a much bigger Paddington fan today. I do like Paddington, but I haven't seen much of the Paddington TV shows.
Marmalade chunk, snorted Mr. Curry.
Oh, you can clearly see how furry Paddington is. The close-up of the puppet of his hand with that golf ball.
Well, hope you're right there.
Oh yeah, and because these episodes are so short, there's no end credit sequence in between each episode. And instead it's just funny transitions of Paddington doing something. Oh, he's broken the thing. Oh yeah, I forgot about. Well, I didn't forget about him, but yeah, there's Mr. Curry, the grumpy, the Brown's grumpy neighbour who hates Paddington and calls him Bear and not Paddington.
Said Mr. Curry. Not the Arnold Parker.
And now he's angry about Paddington breaking his golf club.
When we get home. Now, have you got my tea?
Grumpy.
Your tea, Mr. Curry, exclaimed Paddington. You can have one of my marmalade sandwiches if you like. It was fresh this morning. I made it specially. I mean the sort of tea you put your ball on. I want to address it. Paddington began to look more and more confused.
Oh yeah, that's another thing throughout not just this series but every other Paddington series. Paddington not understanding what things are and what they mean.
Paddington was about to take cover when there was a loud cry from Mr. Curry.
Oh no.
Bear, I've just slipped on your marmalade sandwich. I've hurt my leg.
Oh
I shan't be able
no.
to play. Perhaps I could do it instead, Mr. Curry. Your old club is just the right length now. Mr. Curry sat up holding his leg. He looked as if he had a lot more to say, but fortunately his voice was drowned by a passing train.
hang on. I just remembered something. Go back. He sounded like he had more. Fortunately, his voice was drowned by a passing train.
Perhaps I could do it instead, Mr. Curry. Your old club is just the right length now. Mr. Curry Curry sat up holding his leg. He looked as if he had a lot more to say, but fortunately his voice was drowned by a passing train.
That's probably their way of covering up the fact that Mr. Curry was swearing and saying lots of swear words at Paddington.
Mr. Curry stared at the Browns. "I've won a new set of golf clubs," he exclaimed. "No," said Mrs. Brown, "Paddington did, but he's giving them to you to make up for your breaking yours. His ball went 9 miles.
No.
Parker says it must be a world record broken, John.
9
I bet the
miles.
engine driver was surprised. The engine driver? What is everyone on about? Your ball landed in a goods train by mistake,
Goods
Mr.
train.
Curry explained Paddington. The driver sent it back from the next station, and Mr. Parker said...
The ball landed in a goods train.
So I unlike some...
What Thomas episode does that remind you all of, I wonder?
That's what Mr. Parker said, exclaimed Paddington.
A certain one involving Stepney and a cricket ball, maybe?
Might bring you luck.
Oh, this is really good snout again.
At least he'll never come.
Yeah, but rather than a cricket ball, it's a golf ball this time. Same energy to it, though. It's another one of those funny transitions. Yeah, Mr. Curry's voice being drowned as the train went past was definitely covering up the fact that he was swearing. Nice bit of adult humour in this show. See, that's what I do love it when shows aimed at families, like the original, like the 1970s Paddington, include adult jokes and humour like that, because that reinforces how these kinds of shows are supposed to be for everyone, kids and adults.
In his shopping basket on wheels.
Yeah, whenever a show... Oh dear. Yeah, whenever a show that airs on a kids channel includes adult and slightly more mature jokes, that's how you know it's a show for both kids and adults. And those are, in my opinion, the best kinds of quote-unquote kids shows. Shows which both children and adults can enjoy watching together. Like the classic Thomas, classic Paddington, classic Fireman Sam, and even classic Bob the Builder.
Look after himself. It's not Paddington I'm worried about, said Mrs. Brown. It's the hospital.
Now Mr. Curry's ended up in hospital for a completely... In this episode, he's ended up in hospital and he's going to visit him.
Well, said Paddington, I've really come to see Mr. Curry, but I wonder if I ought to have my head examined first.
Oh dear.
Head? Oh dear. Is it urgent? Very, said Paddington firmly.
He can't get his hat off because he put too many marmalade sandwiches in it. Yeah, we all know Paddington. He loves his marmalade.
Psychiatrist.
And marmalade sandwiches.
I've never heard of one of those before. It's a very long word for people who look after things up here. Yeah, I'll get our Mr. Hines to deal with you. He takes on all our difficult cases and he's never had a failure yet. Thank you very much, said Paddington, but I hope he likes marmalade. He might get rather sticky. As Paddington settled himself down in Mr. Hines's consulting room, he decided he liked hospitals. He was just about to nod off when the door opened. "Ah, there you are," said Mr. Hines. "I'm glad to see Veer already. We're going to play a little game together. It's to test your reactions. I'm going to call out some words, and I want you to give me another word with the opposite meaning, right?" "Wrong," said Paddington promptly. Mr. Hines glared at him. "Wait until I give you the go-ahead. Now, 1, 2, 3, go." "Stop," said Paddington. Very good," said Mr. Hines. "Very bad," said Paddington eagerly. "Now, look here." "Look there," cried Paddington. He broke off and gazed at the doctor. "Can't you think of any more words, Mr. Hines?" he asked. Mr. Hines decided to have one more go. "White," he said, more in hope than in anger. "Black," said Paddington. "Big, small, fast, slow, fine, wet." Mr. Hines began to look better pleased.
Oh, God.
"Well," he said, "we've nearly finished." "We've only just started," cried Paddington. "No, we haven't." "Yes, we have." "No, no, no!"
Oh, he's being a bit of a...
Yes.
Paddington's being a bit of an idiot.
yelled Mr. Hines. No, I won't, cried Paddington, falling off the couch in his excitement.
Oh, God.
To think, my first failure in 40 years, a bear. I should have my head examined.
Poor guy.
As the door slammed shut, Paddington looked most surprised. He'd been in the hospital for ages, and he was still no nearer seeing Mr. Curry, let alone having his hat removed. I think, he announced to the world in general, if I ever get my hat stuck on again, I shall use a shoehorn. It's much easier than seeing a doctor.
Oh, God, he didn't even have to see it. Oh, he's moving his Pinocchio. That is so cute. Just this same music track repeating over and over again. Films that TV shows only having one music track is fine as long as, you know, it's a good tune, which the Paddington theme is. I fell backwards. Ah, you're so funny,
Mr.
Paddington.
Gruber took Paddington on an outing to an auction sale.
Mr. Gruber, the antique shop owner,
He bought a catalogue of the items
very
he sold,
kindly
and
man.
it found a
Mr.
secret
Gruber's
key.
supposed to be
So
like
they
a
would have
contrast to
good
Mr. Curry. And because Mr. Curry's like
auction sales, it was all very
the mean and bad-tempered character,
before someone waved.
he often gets his comeuppance and is often the butt of the jokes of many of the.
And then raised his hand.
Mr. Curry's very often the butt of the jokes in many of these, most of the Paddington stories. Mr. Curry's often the butt of the jokes.
Going, gone.
Bit like Squidward was, the mean and grouchy Squidward was in classic SpongeBob. Yeah, Mr. Curry's basically like the Squidward of Paddington.
Paddington gave the man a hard stare. I hope it's not that table.
Oh yeah, hard stares. He does that. He does that when he's annoyed with people,
One carpentry set, sold to the
while
young
still
guy with the
being
sandwiches for £5.
polite. He doesn't shout out and
£5?
he doesn't shout out and say
For a
and get
carpentry set?
like
But I've only got
and rant at people. Paddington. That is not Paddington's way. He simply gives them a hard stare to calm them
You see,
down.
if you nod your head or even scratch your nose at an auction sale, they often think it's a sign you're interested. Paddington sat very still, hardly daring to breathe, let alone nibble his sandwich, in case he bought something else by mistake. What am I bid for this old highwayman's pistol?
Oh, guns, yeah, guns in kids/family shows. Again, that's more,
Come along, who's going to start the bidding? £10, called someone at the back of the hall. 11, called Mr. Gruber. 12, shouted the other man. Oh dear, said Mr. Gruber. I hope I don't lose it, Mr. Brown. £13. 14, shouted Paddington. Any advance on £14?
Oh,
15, shouted Paddington wildly. £15, called the auctioneer. Going, gone. Sold to the young bear gentleman on my right. Mr. Gruber began to feel that perhaps taking Paddington to an auction wasn't such a good thing after all.
Oh dear.
Perhaps I'd better not do any more bidding, Mr. Gruber, began Paddington. I don't think bears are very good at it.
No,
Lot
indeed.
67, a very unusual marmalade stand.
oh,
Paddington
marmalade.
hastily changed his mind. I'd like one of those, he exclaimed excitedly.
Of course you would. It's marmalade related.
Sticky. What am I bid for this fine piece of antique silver? 5 pence.
You can tell this was made in the 70s because he says pence and the pounds numbers are relatively low. Yeah, in the 1970s people were still getting used to decimalisation, and this was back when money was worth a lot more than it is today.
Going, said the auctioneer desperately. Is that all I'm bid? Will no one make an advance on 6 pence? Going, gone.
You can see the physical props as well.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah, some of the all the props that Paddington interacts with are also like physical 3D props, but all the other ones that he doesn't interact with are cardboard/paper cutouts.
Besides, I think marmalade tastes even better when it comes out of an antique,
Yes.
especially when it's a sixpenny one.
Yeah, 6 pence back in the 70s would have been worth a lot more. Would be a lot more today.
Just gonna. And now. Oh, he fell on him.
One day, Mr. Brown arranged to take everyone out to lunch at a
Oh, I've seen this one. This one was part of the. This episode was part of the YouTube 20-minute YouTube poop challenge.
Hyde Good Food Guide. Mr. Hyde went around the country testing restaurants, awarding the ones he liked best special hats as prizes. The very best were given bowler hats, but as far as Paddington could make out, the present one didn't rate even so much as a cloth cap. All the same, his mouth was starting to water. And it began to water even more when he caught sight of the sweet trolley. The Browns were still nowhere in
I
sight,
think
so it came
sixpence
to a decision.
in back then
It
was.
seemed much more sensible to wait for them
Hang on.
inside the restaurant. Bonjour, monsieur. May I be of assistance? Asked the waiter as Paddington drew near. No, thank you, said Paddington
1975.
sadly. I was only looking. I think some of the
Sixpence in 1975 would be about 47 pence today. So yeah, it's still very cheap.
Magical effect on the waiter, and he immediately fetched the manager.
And as for that,
I can't tell you how delighted we are to
Whoa,
honor us
very-
with a visit.
that manager looks interesting. And as for that £15 pistol that Paddington ended up buying for Mr. Gruber, 15 in 1975. £15 in 1975 is £117 in today's money. So yeah,
To titillate your palate.
very, very valuable antique still.
If I could afford it. My dear sir, we don't want to bother ourselves with mere
My
money.
dear sir. I love the voice Michael Horden gives the restaurant manager in this
Oh, I
episode.
really, said Paddington. When can I start? I'm hungry. Well, said the manager, I can recommend our avocado pear filled with sea fresh prawns, or there's Dover fresh sole, farm fresh veal, oven fresh steak and kidney pudding.
Oven fresh steak and kidney pudding. I remember that line. I remember that line from the 20-minute YouTube challenge. Kidney pudding doesn't sound very nice to me at all.
Seriously, would you care to test one of our rare old wines as well? Paddington considered the matter for a moment. I think I'd sooner have some tin fresh cocoa, he said. But
Tin
not too
fresh
hot,
cocoa,
please. I'm
interesting.
having lunch with Mr. and Mrs. Brown at 1 o'clock. Another lunch? Good gracious.
Another lunch. They think he's a famous food critic. They think Paddington's a famous food critic, which is why they're giving him VIP treatments.
Just as soon as I finished. And what, asked Mrs. Brown, are you doing, Paddington? We were expecting
Doing
to
your
find
mum. Sorry, I had to. Bestiality.
Paddington. Oh, I've eaten too much.
Yes, yeah, it was
Echoed
unfortunate.
the waiter. Paddington, do you mean to say we thought you was Duncan Hyde come to test our dishes for the guide? By the look of the bill, said Mr. Brown.
Oh dear, expensive.
Gosh, said Jonathan, it's over £17. There's
Over £17, oh my god. How much is that in today's money? I'm calculating it from 1975, because, you know, the middle of the 1970s, when this show would have still been in its infancy. £17 in 1975 is £133 in today's money, so
I wish we could have that young bear sitting in the window.
my god, it would have been, yeah, expensive
What
restaurants.
is a Duncan Hyde hat? He must be worth his weight in lobster souffle.
Oh god.
Ooh. Paddington let out a laugh.
Worth his weight in lobster
Perhaps,
souffle.
lads,
Oh,
you'd
dear.
like to borrow my hat instead. I think I've gone off eating, so I shan't be needing it again for a day or two.
Oh dear. Now they're showing the credits, because halfway through, because it's number 5, number 6. Herbert Campbell, good music, Herbert. Animated by Ivor Wood, animated and directed by edited by Chris Wright, produced by Film 1975. Yeah, I got it right. It was in 1975 this came out. Here's the second one, part 2.
one morning, Mr. and Mrs. Brown woke feeling ill, so they went.
Oh dear, poor
The trouble
Mr. and
was
Mrs.
that with
Brown.
Jonathan and Julie at school and Mrs. Bird away on holiday, there was no one left to take care of them. Don't worry, said Paddington. I'll look after you. Bears are good at looking after people. I'll make you a stew. Aunt Lucy always made one when I wasn't well.
Oh no.
Oh dear, groaned Mr.
A
Brown.
stew.
I think I feel a relapse coming on.
Oh no, he knows
Paddington was
it.
very keen on cooking. At least,
kn-
he always felt he would be if he ever got the chance to have a go.
Yes,
And although he'd never
yes.
actually made a stew before, he'd often watched Mrs. Bird at work.
Yes, he's gonna try and Mr. Bird knows that Paddington's gonna mess this up.
Paddington decided that his dumplings would be the biggest ever made.
Maybe some dumplings as well. What I love is when Michael Horden stops talking and he just lets the music do it, and he just lets him show Paddington just messing up like this without any dialogue. See, even in these kids shows, they often show and showed and didn't tell. Even in these kids shows. Oops, broke the bowl. Oh no, don't do that. Why are you putting some in your hat? Oh my god. Yeah, Paddington can be a little bit of an idiot at times, which is natural seeing as he's in an unfamiliar environment to him, but he's a lovable idiot, that's the thing.
He soon started to nod off.
Oh dear.
He wasn't sure how long he slept, but he woke with a nasty feeling he wasn't alone.
Uh-oh, it's overflowing.
And nearer.
Oh no. Oh, he's hiding in the cupboard. Oh dear.
That's funny.
That's just like
said Mr.
pure
Brown.
white clay, just like represent the
White thing
dumplings.
suddenly appeared in the rockery. It wasn't there just now. A white thing, Mr. Brown, said Paddington innocently. Perhaps it's a snowball. In midsummer.
Oh god.
That bird doesn't seem to think much of it, said Mr. Brown. It's just broken its beak.
Oh no!
Oh dear, said Paddington. In that case, I should hurry up and eat yours before it sets.
It sets!
Before it sets, repeated Mr. Brown. Yes, said Paddington. I'm afraid I've been having trouble with my dumplings, but don't worry. I've got some
At least
spare
he's
mixture
being
on.
honest.
At least, I think...
Oh, it's stuck to him.
Head under the tap. Put your head under the tap. Mr. and Mrs. Brown looked at each other uneasily. You may want some seconds, explained Paddington,
Oh.
and I wouldn't want to disappoint you.
Oh no. Well, it's the thought that counts.
There's nothing worse than being without dumplings, especially when you're ill.
At least he tried to help. Oh, it's the same transition sequences again in this part. Please watch this screen. Good way to keep people
When Mr. and
watching.
Mrs. Brown were in bed, Paddington decided to lend a paw with the washing.
Oh, no.
In a weak moment, he even offered to do some of Mr. Curry's pullovers, which was how the clothes dryer came to collapse under the weight.
Shit.
Paddington decided there was only one way out of the problem. He would have to visit a laundrette.
Laundrette. Who goes to laundrette? That's such a very posh British word. He puts it in a wheelbarrow. Oh my god. Who still goes to laundrettes?
Do any of you or your parents still take their washing to laundrettes rather than have their own washing machine?
In case they stretch.
Who or their parents still takes their laundry to a laundrette? I'm curious to know. If you or your parents still take your laundry to be washed at a laundrette, please do tell me in the comments. Laundrettes are such an old-fashioned thing. A laundrette was shown in one of the episodes of Come Outside, but they're a very 20th century thing, laundrettes, and I'm really not sure if anyone still uses them. Or if everyone just has washing machines of their own now. My family has our own washing machine. We don't go to a laundrette. We do take a few things to our local dry cleaner though. Again, just let the images do the talking. Oh, it's moving its snout again, that's so cute! Coffee machine. Oh no. Too many cokers are coming out now. Oh no. Oh no. He's put one on his hat! Oh my god! I can't believe I didn't watch this when I was young. This a lot when I was younger. This is so funny. Now the machine's exploded. Oh dear.
There, what's going on?
Oh no, it's Mr. Curry.
Oh, Mr. Curry. Nothing, Mr. Curry. That is, oh dear.
You put the cups of cocoa in the washing
This
machine.
morning. You wouldn't like one large cocoa-coloured one, would you, Mr. Curry?
Oh,
Of
shit.
Paddington, hopefully.
What's that?
Or even a kit of parts for making a new one. Mrs. Bird's got some very good patterns.
Oh no.
Come here, Bear.
Oh dear. See what I mean by Mr. Curry being the butt of each joke?
And it's very frothy.
Oh shit. We never knew what Mr. Curry did to Paddington after that. Did he beat him up? Badly? Glad they just left. That's left open to interpretation whether or not Mr. Curry gave Paddington a right bollocking, be it verbal or physical.
One day, Paddington parked his shopping basket on wheels outside the baker's while he bought his morning supply of buns. And when he came out again, he found to his surprise there was a large cardboard box inside it. There was a note pinned to the outside. It said, "Your shopping basket on wheels is in such good condition, it shows you are just the kind of person we are looking for. You could be earning £100 a week. Wait here and I will tell you how." Paddington could hardly believe his eyes, let alone his good fortune.
Ah, said a voice behind him. I'm glad to see you've accepted our offer of a vacuum cleaner, sir.
Vacuum cleaner.
Exclaimed Paddington.
That's right, sir. Why, a young gentleman like your good self, with drive and ambition, could make a fortune as one of our sales bears. You'd clean up in no time at all. Mind you, this is a once-only offer. I should look snappy and start demonstrating it while you've got the chance. Don't go telling everyone, or they'll all want to have a go.
The thing is, said Paddington, who shall I demonstrate it to?
Mr. Curry.
Bear! Bellowed Mr. Curry. Why don't you watch where you're going?
Bear?
Look at the mess you've made.
Don't worry, Mr. Curry, announced Paddington. I can clean that up with my new cleaner. I'm giving free demonstrations.
Did you say free demonstrations? Can you do carpets?
I can clean anything, Mr. Curry, said Paddington. I've just had it all explained to me.
In that case, Bear, said Mr. Curry, come this way. I have a little job you can finish off for me.
Paddington had never demonstrated a vacuum cleaner before, and as it was for Mr. Curry, he decided he would try and impress him by making as big a mess as possible first.
Oh dear, what's he doing now? What are you doing, Paddington? Are you intentionally making it
What's going on, Bear?
messy up?
What's that mess?
That's what I was thinking.
Don't worry, Mr. Curry. It's all part of my demonstration. I'm just looking for your socket.
My socket? My socket? I haven't got a socket. I haven't even got electricity.
Oh.
I'm on gas.
Oh god.
Gas, Mr. Curry, repeated Paddington.
Oh, he fainted because smell of gas.
All of which only goes to show, said
What's
Mrs.
that?
Brown, that bears should always look before they leave. And neighbours, who are forever trying to get something for nothing, deserve all that happens to them, agreed Mrs. Bird. I shall never, ever use a vacuum cleaner again, said Paddington. I shall always sweep the dust under the carpet, like Mr. Brown does.
Like Mr. Brown does, sweep dust under the carpet. Maybe that is a bit better. Same transition again.
One morning, Paddington was woken by a strange knocking noise. At first, he thought it was to do with a dream he'd been having, all about a woodpecker being trapped inside his hat. But the marmalade sandwich, which he kept for emergencies, was still there. In any case, the noise hadn't stopped, and when he looked out of the window, he discovered why. Mr. Brown's shed had been replaced by a most unusual-looking hut.
Oh god, it's a
Told
sauna.
the workman. It'll take the cobwebs out of your whiskers and no mistake.
Paddington had never heard of a hut for removing cobwebs before.
Leaving
So he
cobwebs
put on his
though,
duffel
god.
coat and, after a quick look at his own whiskers in the mirror, hurried downstairs in order to investigate the matter. He arrived outside the hut at the same time as Mr. Curry.
That's what's known as a sauna bath. I happen to know that it's a surprise present for Mr. Brown. He's been eating too much lately.
Paddington listened carefully while Mr. Curry explained that a sauna bath was kept full of hot stones, which gave off steam when cold water was poured on them.
It's supposed to be very good for you, Bear. I think I may try it myself, just to make sure it's working properly.
Without asking the Browns
Paddington was most
first.
upset by this latest piece of information, and after he'd made sure the coast was clear, he hurried indoors to tell the others.
Oh no.
Just like Mr. Curry, exclaimed Mrs. Bird, always wanting something for nothing. Daddy must be the first one to try it, said
Exactly.
Judy. It's his present, agreed Jonathan. I knew we should have to put a lock on the door, said Mrs. Brown. Paddington felt inside the secret compartment of his suitcase. Perhaps, he announced, I could give Mr. Brown a present at the same time. It's a special padlock.
Oh dear. So they're going to try and lock him out to stop him from using the sauna before Mr.
Paddington was very
Brown.
proud of his padlock. It worked by numbers, and according to the man in the shop, unless you knew the right ones, it was impossible to open. He had even set it up with Paddington's birthday date, so that he wouldn't forget them. As he stood back to admire it,
So he has
Paddington
2
was surprised to
birthdays,
find he could still
interestingly.
hear knocking. "Hello," he called. "Is anyone there?"
He accidentally locked him
If
in.
you will, let me out at once.
"Coming, Mr. Curry," cried Paddington. "I've only got to set up my birthday dates."
Your birthday date?
"Yes," said Paddington. "It's... oh dear,"
Hurry up.
gasped Mr. Curry.
It's like an oven in here.
Oven.
"I'm afraid I'm having trouble with my combinations, Mr. Curry," cried Paddington. "Hold on, I shan't be a moment."
What's that? Your combinations? I'll give you combinations. Oh,
Oh dear, muffled to show that he's...
boiled. It's disgraceful. Oh, oh. Phew. Oh.
pouring him... Right. Pouring snow down to cool him.
"And what?" demanded Mrs. Bird. "Are you doing up there?" "I think I've shut Mr. Curry inside by mistake," said Paddington, "and my lock's not working." "You know why," said Judy. "You used your summer birthday date instead of your winter one." "That's what comes of having 2 birthdays a year," broke in Jonathan. "Bears always do," said Paddington.
Why do bears have 2 birthdays a year?
But for once, he was at a
Never
loss for
understood
words. All he could manage was a loud... "Perhaps you'd like to borrow my hat to keep you warm."
Serves him right for taking...
There.
for using Mr. Curry's sauna without permission. Mr. Brown's sauna without permission. Got what he deserved. And now... You're...
One day, Paddington...
Oh, this is the
was
last
making his way down
episode,
to
the,
Bellevue
fortune
in order to
telling.
have his morning cocoa with Mr. Gruber, when he came across a very unusual...
Does anyone know where Paddington having 2 birthdays and indeed all bears having 2 birthdays comes from? Is that based on some sort of factual thing, or was it just something that Michael Bond made up? If any of you know, please do tell me in the
It's what's
comments.
known as a fair, said Mr. Gruber. And if you've never been to one, Mr. Brown, then you have never lived.
Yeah, Mr.
Paddington
Gruber,
always
German
enjoyed his
accent.
chats with Mr.
Not
Gruber,
the
and on the subject
evil
of fairs,
Hans
his
Gruber
friend
from
was
Die Hard.
always
This is a
expert.
different Mr. Gruber, an actually kind
There
one.
are slides,
One of
Mr. Brown,
Paddington's best
and
friends.
roundabouts, and swings, and dodgem cars, and usually there is a big wheel. You
A
must
big
go on
wheel.
a big wheel.
Yeah, he's German,
It sounds
Mr.
very nice, said
Mr.
Paddington,
Gruber.
but is it very expensive? I've only got 10 pence.
10
In that case,
pence.
Mr. Brown,
Yeah,
I
see
suggest you
again,
visit the fortune teller first.
time this
She
was
may know
made,
if you're
people were
going
still
into
getting
more
used to
money.
decimalisation. Was the early, the mid, or the late
And as luck
70s
would
that
have it, almost the
decimalisation
first thing he came across
was officially
was a
adopted?
tent belonging to someone called Madame Zaza.
Madame
The notice
Zaza?
on the outside said, "Palms red, crystal gazing, patronized by royalty, satisfaction guaranteed." It seemed very good value indeed.
Interesting.
"Excuse me, Mrs. Zaza," he announced. "I'd like to have my paw read, please. I want to see if I'm coming into a fortune or not." "I don't usually do bears," said Madame Zaza.
Bears.
"But if you cross my palm with silver, I'll see what I can do." And not wishing to spend his 10 pence, Paddington rummaged in the secret compartment of his suitcase. "I think I've got a Peruvian centavo," he announced. "They're silver."
Centeo, is that the name of the Peruvian currency? Is it still...
Crossing the palm means dropping it in and not taking it away again. She broke off and gazed disbelievingly at Paddington's paw. "You seem to have a very long lifeline."
Lifeline, yeah. The children watching this would not have known about palm reading.
"It's an old marmalade chunk. It must have got stuck on at breakfast by mistake."
Very long lifeline, oh no! And it's a marmalade chunk.
Read your paw if it's covered with marmalade. said Madame Zaza. You'll have to pay extra and have a crystal ball. Now, when is your birthday? June the 25th and December the 25th, said Paddington.
Oh, his birthday on
You
Christmas
have 2
Day.
birthdays a year, exclaimed Madame Zaza. Nobody has 2 birthdays, except the Queen. Bears do, said Paddington.
Where does
Bears always
monarchs,
have 2
where do the King or Queen of England having 2 birthdays a year come
Madame
from?
Zaza, and much more expensive. Paddington gave a sigh. As far as he could make out, even if Madame Zaza did discover he was coming into a fortune, he wouldn't be able to afford her fees. But Madame Zaza was already busy with her crystal ball. I see a cloud, she said. A pink cloud. It's getting bigger and bigger. Really, this is most exciting.
Oh, it's
never happened
the
before.
candy floss.
You put candy floss all over my crystal ball. Where are you? Come back. But Paddington had gone. He'd had quite enough fortune-telling for one day, and he felt it was high time he spent his tenpence on something more important. I think, he announced, I can see a journey all the way to the big wheel.
Oh, I can see him foreseeing his own future. Well, that's the end of that. Hope you all enjoyed. We have got time for the VHS rewinding for once. Here's the Screen Legends logo again. Right. Now, where's... Let's fast forward the blank tape.
Oh, I've only got 4 minutes, so I'll just let you guys hear it rewinding, then I'll have to wrap up quickly. So yeah, very enjoyable tape, and ow! Oh, I just pricked myself on a piece of my Hornby track. So as I was saying, very nice VHS tape, and the Paddington 70 series is very nice. Still not my favourite Paddington film/TV production, but I can see why so many people love it and why it has its charm and why many people find it charming. But anyway, as I said, battery's running low now, so I'll have to wrap up quickly. There's the tape rewinding. Hurry up. Come on. And I need to rewind it a little bit further. Because my OCD demands it. Alright, come on out. There we go, it's gone now. Right, back into the box you go. Tape. And that's it. So yeah, while the 1970s Ivor Wood Paddington series isn't my favourite of the Paddington films of the Paddington, you know, film/TV productions, I still find it very enjoyable. But I don't think I'll have any more to say about it other than what I've said in this tape, so this is the only Paddington VHS review I'm doing. Well, that's it for the first 4 of my final VHS reviews. I hope you all enjoyed this review as much as I've enjoyed talking about this tape tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. So next week, I'll be doing a VHS review of the Koala Brothers. I hope you're looking forward to that. So thanks you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to me, Trainlover16, if you haven't already, to stay tuned for my upcoming content. Hype this video if you can. Go and follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky. Join my Discord server. Check out my eBay profile. Go and buy my novel, The Spy and the Superdog, if you haven't already. And I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye, everyone!